Pierre Malong, such a crucial player for Cameroon, gets his first touch of the ball and looks to play in. Thomas Bouak down the right hand side. Ball forward is meant for Saidi. Collects that very well. He had a good strike in the semi-final on goal.
Crash time, but I can't believe that the coach Emma Shafiq hasn't seen that and trying to do something about it. This man in charge of Algeria is one who coaches other coaches around Africa, so you think he'd understand, but seems to be the problem with them. Chance here though.
Hammer's ball forward. Cross comes in, Bouak. Banyak rather, was it Ali who turns away really well. Bit of space to run into, Farid El Malali. Malong gets back well. El Malali still with him. Now Gaga gets away from Malong. Back to El Malali. Coming into the box. Can he get a cross away? It goes through, but really nicely. Saidi cuts inside, puts it on his right foot. Couldn't fashion the opportunity to strike it himself, so Cameroon survived, but El Malali has it.
10 minutes to go in this first half. Struggling to see where a goal's going to come from at the moment. Same old story for both sides, I think.
Bouak, who has to reposition things for Cameroon as Algeria have a chance to break now through Meziani. Look at his speed as he comes through, and now this is on for El Malali, but Banyak is there to clear up. El Malali and Meziani threatening Cameroon's defence, giving them things to think about at the back.
Yeah, good job Banyak was there. El Malali with that lightning pace as we've seen, but Banyak there with the decent amount of experience he has at the age of 21. Of course, if you played for Barcelona for 8 years, you're going to have been taught by the best. Judged it well.
Taking his time, El Malali. Now for Gaga. Balabi puts one in there. Gate the lack of height up front. And what you get in a Kola Malolo is sheer pace, as you say, James.
Yeah, absolutely. They haven't really got him into positions where he's isolated any of the defenders yet, but they'll be hoping that they can slide some channel balls through as this afternoon progresses.
Scored the equaliser. Well, they're not really going anywhere, Algeria, at the moment, but they are keeping the ball. Now Meziani looks to bring a bit of direction to things, and El Malali. Banyak just stood his ground.
Well, El Malali was looking for that one. Banyak asking the question to the referee as to how that free kick was given. He knocked it past and ran straight into it. Banyak maybe with the slices of arms across, but El Malali knew what he was doing there.
Hamza Mouali. They'll all be playing top flight football next season. And that's one of the worst set pieces we've seen in this tournament. Unfortunately for Abderrahim Hamra, it has to be said.
Yeah, they don't have rugby at the Islamic Solidarity Games, Jack, but I'm sure that maybe 1 or 2 minutes added on at the end of this first half. There's 10 seconds left of normal time now. I think Algeria will be happy to get in at the break and possibly tweak a few things and see if they can cause Cameroon more problems in the second half. Or maybe, given Cameroon's penalties in the semi-final, maybe they'd be happy to go.
Well, they will in the end wait for Malong. The big centre-back, Joyce Kim Dewar, is up for this. Malong may look to pick him out. He's at the far right-hand side, just outside the penalty area as he comes in. It does go to Dewar, he goes up for it, and it gets shot on.
Referee's given the free kick for the foul. So close to a goal right at the end of this half as thousands of fans have gone to seek some half-time refreshment.
Well, for a second there, it didn't look like we knew what had happened at all.
Here's the replay now.
For it.
Yeah, he doesn't like the climb from the defender. Arm on the shoulder. Looks to be the correct call. Some refs would give it, some wouldn't. But you see here, on the left of your picture, he jumped up and impeded his defender. Probably the correct call.
It was a Kola Malolo who put a leg to it and put it in the net. But other than that half, that is as close as Cameroon have really come. They've been knocking on the door for most of the first 47 minutes. Algeria, in spits and spots, have shown how they can play. But at half-time at the Tofik Baramov Stadium in this bronze medal match, it is Algeria 0, Cameroon 0.
Confirmation of that yellow card for Lima Ratangana. The ball had gone. Good call from the referee.
Ball does come in, and it's easily taken from Omosola. The best chance of a game fell to Ali Matangana in their last match. He shot straight at the keeper after chesting it well in the area. Hamra. Saidi now in for El Malali, who has real pace and he latches onto it. Surely that's a penalty. The referee indicates to the spot. It will be. El Malali went flying. Simon Omosola, the goalkeeper, is down as well. El Malali has won a penalty, but he could well be significantly injured there. That looked nasty.
Yeah, knew the challenge was coming. El Malali just needed to nick the ball past him. Referee was only going to point to the spot after that. It'd be interesting to see how much contact there was, whether El Malali left the leg in, which is why possibly the goalkeeper is down and hurt. But what an opportunity here for Algeria. We said he was the danger man. He was the one who could cause the problems, and ultimately he's got the penalty. A great pace down the left-hand side. And there was contact from the goalkeeper, wasn't there? Maybe caught him on the face in the end, yeah, in the midriff, just below. And El Malali, that's why he's in the side. He may be a bit rash at times, a little bit raw, but opportunities like that can present themselves. Penalty to Algeria, having had barely anything in this game so far.
Drama at the Tofik Baramov Stadium. And a decision for referee Agayev as to whether any further sanctions are required.
Well, he can't really show the goalkeeper a red card under the new rules instigated at the start of this season. He did try and get the ball, did the goalkeeper, so it can only really be a yellow at max. Just waiting for him to get back to his feet here, I think, before dishing out the colour. You see the cards in his hand there. It's only going to be a yellow. Correct call. But the question is, will he be able to continue here to face the penalty, or will Junior Dande have to come on?
Well, Omosola back in the side after an injury kept him out of the semi-final. He'll be desperate. He won't want to go off despite having given away that penalty. He'll surely want to face it if he can.
Well, I think Cameroon are expecting him to continue here because none of the subs are warming up at the moment.
The replacement, as you say, would be Junior Dande. He didn't have any success in stopping any of Oman's penalties. Penalties Oman missed with their own doing. Omosola now back to his feet, as you can see, and well, looking withered enough. His teammates think he's okay. So first chance against the run of play, you have to say, for Algeria to certifiably take the lead here. And it'll be the man who they entrusted the last time they had a penalty, Ahmed Gaga, to take it. Drumbeat around the Tofik Baramov Stadium. Gaga runs up for it and coolly puts it away. 1-0 Algeria in this bronze medal match. Ahmed Gaga, the scorer.
Absolutely delighted, Ahmed Gaga. What a massive moment for Algeria. Been on the back foot for most of this game. And Cameroon undone again. In these big pressure situations, the goalkeeper is probably always going to pick to go one side or the other, because he would look a fool if he stayed down the middle. Gaga with the psychology there to just drill it straight past him. Good penalty under the circumstances. And Cameroon now have it all to do.
You can see how delighted Gaga was. He managed to refrain from taking off his shirt as he did in his first match after scoring a penalty. That incurred him a yellow card. Delighted nonetheless with that one. Cameroon now having to play catch-up. forward is for Nlend. He throws himself into that challenge, but Algeria dispossess him. Hamra now, well, trying to be rather clever with it. It goes out for a throw to Cameroon.
Does look as though Algeria are going to make a change as well, sooner rather than later. Some extensive warm-ups on this near side at the moment for Laidouadji.
KO with the ball in. And headed away by Merouani. KO with the throw. Options in the box for him. It's headed away by Algeria. Hamra will get to it first. Has a chance to break here. Meziani now has Saidi with him. El Malali racing up on his outside. Cuts inside, does Meziani. Shut out by Douar. Nicola Malolo wins it back for Cameroon. Alina Atangana unleashes Ndolo. Pangop cuts in field. Puts onto his right foot, not for a shot though, tended pass. That in turn also cut out. There's a strong run too. Meziani was almost onto that. Great run from Hamza Mouali out of defence for Algeria there. James, we've talked about Farid El Malali all tournament about his pluses and his minuses. There, it was all about the pluses.
It really was. Wonderful run forward, always has the pace. There aren't too many players that'll stay with him. The only way you can beat him is with sheer strength and brute power, but as soon as he got onto that ball, all he knew, with the goalkeeper well off his line, that he had to nick it past him. The penalty was always going to come as well. Looked like it was going to stay down. Would have been a decent effort.
Bagnac could have found KO here. He's made a good run. Couldn't quite take it under his control and wasn't good enough.
I'll tell you what, if he'd played a bit more in this tournament, you might have fancied him to control that one there. Still finding his bearings out on the surface here.
Saidi taking this on and doing really well to step out of the challenge of Douar. Has space to run into. Picks his moments. Goes in. It's Algeria too. Second goal. Algeria in cruise control at the Tofik Baramov Stadium. Cameroon all at sea now.
Oh, it's a massive moment for Algeria. And the look on the face there of Douar tells you everything you need to know. That could well be game over. Wonderfully created. And it was a simple finish in the end. Great determination down that left-hand side. And that's when they did get players in the box. We said in the first half they had to get bodies forward. And they had, what, 3-4 options there in the middle. And the simplest of finishes right at the end. The goalkeeper helpless from there. And Algeria not quite out of sight, but with one firm hand on that bronze medal, which should be coming their way later tonight.
Really was a super run from Saidi to find the space himself down that left-hand side. And for Hamra to bang it in. He had other options as well. 3 of them in the box. Hamra was the best one. Cameroon now really up against it. Pierre Malong surging forward. Nice flick on from Bouak. Belabi. Malong does enough. Fielders. Mouali. Ball through, intended for El Malali, who'd strayed in off his right wing. Foul and free kick to Cameroon. Will be a yellow card. Developed as players, no doubt, but they need to learn to bring their shooting boots to matches like this. As Azouz is the man dispossessed. So time almost up here at the Tofik Baramov Stadium. Nicola Malolo, one last chance to go forward perhaps, but Algeria, it's been their day. Referee Agayev calls things to a close. Victory for Algeria. It's the bronze medal. Fully deserved victors of this one, outplaying Cameroon with panache and style in this second half. 2-0, they run out winners. Cameroon, architects of their own downfall really by missing so many opportunities in the first half and the second half. Algeria put the disappointment of that semi-final loss to the hosts Azerbaijan behind them. And they've done the same job done on them in that semi-final to Cameroon. Organised, disciplined,